Teaching Plan Presentation 07-15-54 Recording length 04 minutes and 48 seconds. This recording was created using www.spokentext.net. Hi there. Welcome to my teaching plan presentation. My name is Oliver Dua. I am a graduate student at the University of West Georgia. This teaching plan is a guide for an activity designed to reinforce clinical skills for students taking a clinical practice course at the University of West Georgia. The group is of diverse ethnicities, Black, White, Asian, and includes approximately 10% male and 90% female. The activity will be presented to groups made up of 9 students. By the end of this activity, students will be able to explain the concept of patient comorbidity. Recognize the impact of comorbidity on patient plan of care. Demonstrate safe medication administration using intravenous, oral, intramuscular, and topical routes. And assess their level of comfort in administering medications using intravenous, oral, intramuscular, and topical routes. This activity uses 3 teaching strategies for effective learning. Billings and Halstead 2015 notes that educators must use a variety of teaching strategies to meet the learning needs of students. Students have differing learning styles, thus using one learning strategy may not provide a good learning experience for every student. For example, minority students are mostly quiet and may not readily share their thoughts in a discussion. This group of students may do well in other activities such as concept mapping. The 3 teaching strategies used in this learning activity include plan discussion, case study, and simulation. 1A Planned discussion is informal. It facilitates exchange of ideas among students and between students and the instructor. During a discussion, the instructor can assess the student's knowledge of a topic and direct them to meaningful information. Students also receive immediate feedback and are given the opportunity to see the topic in different contexts. Let us now take a look at case studies. Case studies are written scenarios using potential or real situations. When used in nursing education, case studies help students to apply concepts and knowledge to synthesize a plan of care. Students improve their critical thinking skills when they analyze the case presented to them and formulate outcomes. Last, simulation. Simulation is becoming increasingly popular in nursing education because of its many benefits. Simulation is used as an adjunct for clinical learning to build on prior knowledge. Knowledge is reinforced through student participation in scenarios that helps them use the cognitive, psychomotor, and affective skills. Now that we have discussed teaching strategies in this activity, let us look at some assessment techniques that will be used to evaluate meeting the objectives of this activity. Number 1. Formative assessment. Formative assessment is used to provide information for improving performance and behaviors associated with the 3 domains of learning, cognitive, affective, and psychomotor, by providing feedback and remedying errors in thinking and practice. This assessment tool helps the instructor to assess student strengths and deficits in knowledge. As students demonstrate what they have learned, the instructor will evaluate them on their competency. For example, will the student competently start an intravenous infusion with no guidance, minimal guidance, or moderate guidance? 2. Concept mapping. Concept mapping is a great tool for organizing information and planning care for patients because it provides visual cue for students. The ability for students to present ideas using concept mapping indicate their level of analytical, application, and synthesis skills. All these are indicators of effective learning. Let me mention that adult learning theory was used as a general guideline for developing this learning experience. The theory focuses on the learner experience and emphasizes the importance of knowledge application and relationships in the classroom rather than on standardized testing or outcomes. This explains why the selected assessment techniques are not based on standard testing. Before we go, let us recap. In this activity, a planned discussion, case study, and simulation will be used in helping students translate cognitive knowledge into affective and psychomotor skills. Students will return demonstration of skills learned in a simulated environment. Objectives for this learning activity will be evaluated using the formative assessment tool and concept mapping by students. See below for resources and thank you.
Created using Powtoon.